What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT, Aaron Brown. And before I start this video, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. And let's jump straight into it. So in this video, I'll be talking about Athing Mo and how her story is progressively ongoing and how it's time for her to get past what happened at the Olympic trials, move on, get that shit up, and for her to realize she's not going to the Olympics and it's time for her to focus on other meets in the year and try it again in 4 years. So we all seen Athing Mo get brutally boot printed out there in the 800. And when you look at it, you can tell that it's her fault because Athing is a front runner. If you know Athing, you know Athing is 8 feet tall. Her stride pattern is too long to run into a pack. And that's why she usually runs from the front. And almost every single time she's ever ran in a pack, she has gotten tripped up. She hasn't failed, but she's gotten tripped up and almost failed. But this time, she failed. And this is why I always say, when you get to the big meets, it's important to run some races because you can be in the shape of your life. But if you don't have your race rhythm and your race pattern down, you're going to get stepped on. But after Athing Mo got stepped on, her team put in an appeal for her to get a rerun. So they protested. The reason she failed is because of somebody else. And yeah, she believed that she needed a rerun. And it says USATF denies Athing Mo's team protest and appeal. Her agent believes she's entitled to a rerun. How does her agent possibly believe that she's entitled to anything? Firstly, USATF and track and field don't give a damn about the athletes. So it wouldn't matter if you was the world record holder, if your ass was the American record holder, in which she is, if you're the Olympic champion, in which she is, they don't give a damn about none of that. So how could they possibly feel like she's entitled to anything? Secondly, she really don't help their brand because no one ever sees her. So despite her winning Olympic gold and winning a world championship earlier in her career, she never runs. So that doesn't help her case either. And then they also came out with a report that she was hurt 4 weeks before the trials. And they showed a video of her like riding on the scooter. She was on a set of a Nike commercial. And I know because I've done a Nike commercial and that's exactly how the set looked at the track. So she was on the set of a Nike commercial a month ago. But she said her hamstring was hurt. And she was only able to do 2 workouts in the last month before leading up to trials. So if she only done 2 workouts, then she's not even in shape to do anything in a rerun. And I feel like this is the problem with Athing Mo and other track athletes. They feel like they're entitled to things when in a real reality, track and field does not give a fuck about you. They only care about you when you running fast. And when you not running fast, nobody cares. And that's the harsh reality of this sport. That's why I say track and field is the fakest sport and has the fakest fan base there is. Seen a guy on Twitter say Athing Mo should get an automatic spot to the Olympics. I don't care that she failed. She's the best in the world. Well, if this was the case, there would be no point in having the Olympic trials. That's why I always say PRs don't matter, places matter. And that's the reason you run the meets, because people run fast ass times in the United States every single year, hence Cooper Tier and guys like that, and can never make teams because most people can't do it when it matters. So just because you the best in the world, that don't mean you can perform when it matters. And in this case, we've seen Athing perform in the past, but right now she showed that she could not perform when it mattered most this year. So therefore, she did not deserve a spot on the team. We see a lot of guys in the United States, more so the distance runners, they run super fast all year. Then they get to the trials, get to the world championships, get to the Olympics, and prove they can't perform when it matters. And that's the reason the trials is so important and our selection process is so important. because it eliminates all politics. It's simple, plain and dry, in black and white. If your ass not top three, you not fucking going. And that's the perfect way to eliminate politics. When you be like, oh, this person's the fastest person in the world, and I understand this person got third, but since they the fastest person, we just gonna send them instead of the person that got third. That's how politics come into play, and that's how things become even more corrupt than they already are. Because USATF is already a corrupt organization. USADA is a corrupt organization, but we're not gonna get too much into that. But at the end of the day is going to end, and you got to realize the point that Athing Mo, she did this to herself. She was not ready to run. She should have just stayed at home, honestly, or just ran her race pattern. Because her race strategy would have got her on the team. Granted, she might not have won, might not even got second. But I feel like even with her having an off day, she's good enough for third place in the United States. And she simply just was not good enough on that day. And that's what got her sent home. So she can try it again in 4 years. And hopefully she comes back with a better mindset, a better attitude, better preparation, and her feeling like she's not entitled, and her feeling like she got to work hard for everything that she got and everything that she's going to earn. But until then, she'll be sitting at home for 4 years reflecting on what could have been.